That girl rolling on the ground is me, and I'm gonna teach you 5 hamstring exercises that you can do at home. Now, I've heard it before. I'm self-conscious about my body because I don't go to the gym. But I don't go to the gym because I'm self-conscious about my body. It's Bo Burnham, I believe. But here at Gym Worthy, we're here to tell you that you are gym worthy. Hence the name. But no, for real, if you want to begin your fitness/health journey, we want you to forget all of the doubt and negativity and focus on making the better version of you. Now, enough of that. Today, we're here to talk about hamstrings. This is for the people who have nothing. Either you can't go to the gym, or you don't want to, or you have basic equipment or no equipment. I thought you just said all that stuff about being gym worthy. Yeah. Look, there's a difference between not going to the gym because you can't and not going because you're self-conscious. Now, for those who can't go to the gym for whatever reason, this is a workout for you. All right, well, let's get to the video. Now, before any good workout, you have to stretch. And since it's hamstring day, we're going to do hamstring stretches. Makes sense. We're starting off with a toe touch. Now, you can do this at whatever level you are at. Now, if you need a more intense stretch, touch the floor. You need one more intense than that, you can grab the back of your legs and squeeze until your body is flat. And if you need one even more intense than that, you can always stand up on your tippy toes and still touch the floor. It's just a little bit higher, so it's a little bit more difficult. And I've also heard that you can get your elbow to touch your toes, and I tried it, but I couldn't do it. Next is cross leg hamstring stretch. It's exactly how it sounds. You cross one leg in front of the other one, and then you bend forward. You'll feel an intense stretch in your hamstrings. And then you can move around, you can move side to side, you can touch the floor. Honestly, I felt the most intense stretch when I was just bent and I didn't even touch the ground. I was just halfway forward. Yeah, this way right here, this is where I felt the most intense stretch. The next stretch is split leg hamstring stretch. Now, don't get scared. It's not an actual split. You kind of just move your legs apart slightly and then you lean forward a little bit. This movement is, you kind of just feel around with it. If you want to bend your leg forward, you can also bend your back leg. You can lean forward, tilt your hips side to side. This is one of the ones where you move all around and you can feel the hamstring stretch. You can feel it in your hips. It's just a good stretch all around. All right, last standing stretch, downward facing dog. The more I look at this stretch, the more I realize it stretches everything. And you already know how to do this one. I moved around a bit until I felt a more intense stretch in my hamstrings. So this downward facing dog is narrower than a back day downward facing dog. All right, on the floor, we're doing a seated hamstring stretch. Now you can grab your ankles or you can place your hands next to your legs. Just lean as far as you can comfortably go. I decided to let go of my ankles because I hurt them and I don't know why I was grabbing it. Next up is single leg seated hamstring stretch. Now if you're wondering why all of the hamstring stretches are named that way, I don't know, but at the same time I guess it would make sense to have the name of the muscle you're stretching in the stretch, so we're moving on. Extend one leg in front of you, bend the other leg so that it touches your thigh, and then you can lean forward to feel an even more intense stretch. Next, seated hamstring stretch with squat. This one is basically a more intense version of the previous one. And I don't know if you noticed, but my ankle is wrapped and it was hurting during this video, but doing this stretch didn't seem to bother me. So if your ankles are in pain, this stretch seemed fine to me. Alright, this is our last stretch. We're doing a kneeling lunge. You want to get into a lunge position, and then your back foot, you want to be up on your toes. When you rock forwards, your torso should be up. Flatten your foot and then kneel backwards. You're going to feel a hamstring stretch in the front. You're going to feel one in the back. Then you're going to switch legs and do it all over again. This is a bonus stretch. I heard that leg drops were a good active hamstring stretch. I tried it out and I didn't really feel anything in my hamstrings, but I'm leaving it in here so you can decide for yourself if you like it or not. Finally, we've completed our stretches and now it's time for the exercise portion of this workout.
Starting off, we're going to use a foam roller. Remember, raise your glutes. How are you going to feel it in your hamstrings if they're resting on the floor? Now all you're going to do is use your feet to roll the foam roller back and forth. Glutes should be higher in the air when your feet are near your body. When you extend your legs, your glutes will lower, but do not touch the floor. This may take a few tries in order for you to figure out the foot placement you prefer. As you can see here, my mom uses her heels when the legs are retracted and her toes when they're extended, and I do the exact opposite. So it's up to you on your foot placement. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use a ball. Now this is a similar motion as the previous one, so I'm not going to bother re-explaining this to you. But you should know that the major difference is balance. The ball wobbles a lot, but the ball is bigger, so you have more space to work with. If you don't have a ball, then you can use slides. Okay, this is the same movement again, but with different equipment, so I'm not going to explain how to do it. But you should know that the slides are slippery. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, not just slippery on the floor, slippery on your feet, so they might slide off. I'm just warning you. Now, if you don't have slides, then you can use a towel. Yes, of course, a towel. It's the same movement as before. Is it harder than with slides? Possibly. You won't slip like you were with the slides, but you won't slide like you were either, if you understand what I'm saying. Basically, your feet won't slip off the towel, but the towel won't slide on the floor. Now, if you don't have a towel, you can do hamstring walks. To start off, bring your feet near your body and raise your glutes in the air. And then you're going to slowly take small steps forward. And as you do so, you will lower your glutes. This one's harder because you don't have any equipment helping you move forward. And there you have it, 5 hamstring exercises you can do at home. I hope you enjoyed the video and please subscribe for more.